Yes, Lokesh, let me know why you want to become officer in Central Armed Police Force.
Sir, I could not get your question, sir. It
Question
broke
is
in
why
between.
you want to become officer in CAPF.
Yes, sir. Sir, having born into a family with three generations into the armed forces, right since my childhood, I have seen how closely how the armed forces work, the teamwork, the respect, the honor among the individuals, sir, and the trust that they, the emphasis on physical exercise, fitness, and adventure, sir. Sir, due to these factors in mind, I have decided to join CAPF, sir.
Okay, okay. Yesterday, that is on 7th, we celebrated the anniversary of Vikram Batra. Who was Vikram Batra?
Sir, Sir Vikram Batra is a legend, sir. He is a Paramveer Chakra awardee who had a great role in capturing point 4875 during the Kargil War. He belonged to 13 Jaklai, sir. And sir, it was a turning point for the whole Kargil War, which really helped India in getting the victory eventually.
Okay, there is one movie based on Vikram Batra. Can you name that?
Sir, particularly called Sher Shah. Otherwise, he has also been featured in LOC Kargil.
Okay, good. So why the Kargil conflict took place? What was the basic reason?
Sir, the voice broke, sir.
Why Kargil conflict happened? What was the reason?
Sir, the basic reason behind Kargil war, we can say, was that the Pakistani military and the Pakistani state had different intentions. In the manner that during the winters, there are some points in the Kargil sector from which both the forces mutually decide to withdraw because it is very difficult to live in those conditions. But when the Indian forces withdrew from those points, the Pakistanis they took the opportunity and they occupied those points, sir, and it was backstabbing, sir, and then we had to regain those points and it eventually took the form of the whole Kargil war.
Okay, okay, good. There was one battalion of BSF which did not vacate these posts, and they were also awarded. Do you know this fact?
I'm sorry, sir, I'll have to read more on this, sir.
Okay, no problem. Even we were deployed also, but as far as the BSF was concerned, we were far ahead of the army in certain posts, and we were not allowed to vacate them. So those posts were held with us.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Basically, why we vacate these posts?
Sir, it is because of the fact that during just to sustain there, sometimes it's very difficult
Terrain
to,
is difficult, hard, harsh. Weather is harsh, inclement, and it is difficult to supply the ration.
sir.
And there will be problem of water also. Water, of course, we can melt the ice and we can consume the ice after heating it. The water is
Yes, sir.
we can have water. There is no problem with water. But rations and the portability and the evacuation of the sick in case of need be, that becomes a major hurdle.
Sir.
Therefore, the FDLs, we call it forward dependent localities.
Yes,
FDLs
sir.
are located. Okay. What is the current problem of the Mizoram and how we are tackling it?
Sir, Mizoram is a neighboring state of Manipur. As we all know, sir, Manipur is witnessing a crisis, sir, and because of that, many people have been displaced. And since they have ethnic ties, the tribals have ethnic ties in Mizoram as well. So many of the displaced people have gone into relief camps that are in Mizoram. But sir, around 12,000 of the tribals they have settled in relief camps in Mizoram, and to provide basic necessities, that is food and other necessities, sir, Mizoram is having some problem, and it has requested the center to provide it relief materials so that it can provide those materials to the displaced people, sir.
Okay. Why things came to such a pass? What is the basic reason?
Sir, we have to understand that the riot situation in Manipur is a little different than the riot situation in the rest of the country, primarily in terms of two facts. Number one, that both the aggrieved sides, that is the tribals and the Maitis, they did not have trust on anyone, not even the state, not the police, not the security forces. That is why it has taken this long for the peace process for the violence to stop even, and then the peace process to start. The second thing that is different here is that the rioters also have weapons that have been looted from the armories, sir, and they are at par with the security forces, which has again made the situation a little difficult. Sir, the third thing that is different here is that there have been blockades by women and by other groups that have tried to stop the essential supplies of military and the CAPFs that have been deployed there, sir. And sir, because of these two, three factors, it has been taking this long for violence to stop, sir.
Okay. What is the special provision of the Armed Force Special Power Act, which is applicable to the CAPF when they are deployed in the disturbed areas?
Sir, I'm not aware about the exact provision that is applicable for the CAPFs.
Exact provision is that the state government cannot prosecute central government employees, those who have come for security duties. State government will have
Okay,
to
sir,
take
sir.
a sanction from the central government. Supposing tomorrow excesses are committed by you as assistant commandant in controlling the riots in Manipur, and
Sir,
thereafter some inquiry establishes that you did excesses. Now they want to take action against you. So they cannot take the action on their own. They will have to submit
sir,
the report to the central government, that is MHA, and then the MHA will take the decision whether disciplinary action should be taken against Lokesh Kumar or otherwise.
sir. Thank
So
you, sir.
that is the, you can say, safety valve available to the CAPF
Sir,
when they operate in disturbed areas.
sir.
Okay. Is there any role of Myanmar in this violence, ethnic violence in Manipur?
Sir, as such, there is no direct or huge role of Myanmar, but we have to understand the demography of the neighboring regions, sir. The tribals, they have ethnic ties which transcend the borders as well, sir. So there can be since the borders are also porous and they have ethnic ties, sir. So there can be chances that weapons may be supplied, or if they commit crime on India side, they can cross to Myanmar for safety. So these factors can be there, but as such, Myanmar, there is no major problem in this situation.
What is the role of control of opium or drug money in this whole episode?
Sir, in this particular episode of Manipur violence,
Yes.
sir, that I'm not aware about. Sir, I'll have to read more on this.
Okay. Actually, what is happening in the hills area, there is a lot of opium is being grown, and hills
Sir,
are occupied by the Kuki group,
tribals. Sir,
tribal. Both are tribals otherwise. Metis are in plains,
sir,
and the Kukis are in the hills, and they were controlling so far the opium also, and they were raising a lot of funds out of the whole project. So in last 3 years, the CM and their party they have taken a lot of interest in controlling this mafia and destroying their drug money or the opium.
sir,
So
sir.
it is also one of the fallout of that violence.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. We have recently celebrated 50 years of friendship with Bangladesh. What are the projects in between India and Bangladesh on which we are working?
Sir, Bangladesh has been a very important partner for India, and primarily since it lies in the eastern region, northeastern region, we have many connectivity projects with Bangladesh and many hydroelectric projects as well. Talking about connectivity projects, sir, we have sir road links between Agartala and the Bangladesh region, sir. We have railway links between Haldibari in India and to a place in Bangladesh, sir. We have hydroelectric power projects with Bangladesh, sir. We have ways which get through Bangladesh and then to northeast. We have Chattogram and Mongla port, sir, so that we have better connectivity to our own northeastern region, sir. Sir, we have a line of credit for them, so that using that line of credit, Bangladesh can make infrastructure and defense equipment, sir.
Okay, good. As a friendship measure, we follow the policy of non-lethal weapons. Supposing you are in BSF, tomorrow you will be given training for a trained soldier. You can fight during peace and war. But in Bangladesh, we go for the non-lethal weapon strategy. So in that we don't use weapons. So how will you build the confidence among the public so that you are able to check the cattle smuggling or other smugglings which are happening on the Bangladesh border, including infiltration and
Sir, sir, the problem at the India-Bangladesh border. First, in order to minimize the use of weapons, we should maximize the use of technology so that the perpetrators are arrested, and so that the crime in itself is to a lesser rate, so that the need for using display. We can use drones for surveillance, sir, so that the criminals are arrested. And sir, we can have healthy ties with the village leaders so that proper human intelligence is gathered and arrested people are arrested, sir. And sir, we can have since we have to use non-lethal weapons, sir, we can use them effectively in case a situation arises, sir. Sir, in case of non-lethal weapons, like sticks or using sticks or like other non-lethal weapons,
okay.
then, sir, using these measures, we can minimize the need for using weapons, sir,
You
in the
can
first
use
place.
stun grenades which only explode but don't they cause a noise but they don't injure. Then we use
Yes, sir.
chili grenades which can sprinkle chilies in your area and you are affected by the chilies. Then we use
Yes,
tear.
sir.
These are the non-lethal weapons. Even we use
Yes,
a
sir.
gun rifle from a distance so that they are injured but they are
Sir.
not. Okay. So what all activities will you conduct with the local villagers? So there are three, four villages around your post. How will you build up the rapport with them?
Sir, we have to understand that most of the border villages, they lack some infrastructure. They lack basic connectivity with the mainstream of the society, sir. So, sir, they sometimes lack education. We can help in terms of education by providing them free coaching, by providing the wards, the children, free coaching for competitive exams. We can also have some health camps organized for them, sir, so that basic problems like anemia or sir eye ailments which are very common, they can be treated, sir. We can have healthy sports competitions organized, sir, between the villages and the forces, sir, so that there is a positive relation between these two, sir. We can, in terms of the festivals that are celebrated, we can have BSF or other forces celebrate them together. So this all these steps we can take to build a proper relationship, sir, with them.
Okay, good. Is any area of Bihar affected with Naxalite problem?
Yes, although we have been making progress, the southern region of Bihar that borders Jharkhand, the areas of Jahanabad, the areas of other southern districts, they are affected by Naxalism, sir, even now.
So what steps are being taken by the government of Bihar to control the situation there?
Sir, the government of Bihar, sir, I'm not aware about the particular steps that have been taken, sir, but the surrender policies that have been put out in the public, sir, they have helped in in tackling the menace of Naxalism, sir. Apart from that, sir, there have been road construction there, hospital construction. There have been support to for education, sir, by building schools. And sir, there have been support for tribals in Bihar as well. So because tribals are a little prone to getting into the Naxalite fold, sir. So these are the steps that have been taken.
What role is being played by Bihar military police to control the Naxalites?
Sir, sir, I'll have to read more on this, sir.
Okay, okay. We were there on the ground in year 2000. We worked with the Bihar military police in Palamu region, Gadwa area, and we conducted the elections also. They are equally good in controlling the situation.
Not audible. Audible, sir.
Yes, audible, audible. Did you hear me?
So, no, sir. You were there in 2000, sir. After that, I could not hear you.
I was there in 2000 in Palamu region, Gadwa region, and we had to
Yes,
conduct
sir.
elections. And Bihar military police plays a great role in securing and
Yes, sir.
dominating of the area.
Sir.
Okay. Most of the casualties of the CRPF in Naxalite area is because of IDs.
Sir.
So, as a officer, what steps will you take so that your troops do not become party to the ID explosion or are injured or are killed? What steps will you take once you are deployed in this area?
Sir, in order to minimize the harm created by the IEDs, sir, we can have protocols developed to be followed by the men and the soldiers. Sir, we can have them move with some distance between them so that a lot of group of soldiers does not come under the attack of one IED, so that they move with some proper distance. We can keep sniffer dogs in front of in front of the group of soldiers. We can have metal detectors, sir, so that the IDs are detected. We can take care that the landmarks, some of the landmarks which are chosen by the Naxalites, they are taken. We should be cautious when the landmarks approach. Sir, when we are doing routine marches, we can have multiple routes, and we should have the choice to choose between one of the routes so that we do not go as per the repetitive route. If we are sir going somewhere and coming back, we can use different routes, sir. These are the steps that can be taken to minimize. Yeah, and if in just in case a situation like this happens where IED blasts, we can have sir, immediate evacuation so that the person is evacuated to the nearest hospital by using chopper or any other vehicle, sir.
Okay, good. There is one article on it by the Additional Director General of the Police of Chhattisgarh, Mr. Vij. You
Sir.
can search for that article in Hindu.
Yes, sir.
And kindly go through this article also. That will add to your knowledge.
I will do it, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
He writes good article as far as the problem of Chhattisgarh are concerned.
Sir.
What do you understand by reserve currency?
Sir, uh, So can I take 5 seconds to
Yes,
recollect
yes,
the
yes.
reserve currency? Sir, the foreign exchange, are you talking about foreign exchange, sir? Currencies which are reserved by the central banks of different countries, and that value is stored in terms of some currencies, like the dollar, like the yen, like the pound sterling, sir. And sir, in terms of these currencies, the forex reserves are stored, sir.
Okay. So now 18 countries have agreed to deal with us in Indian rupee, which is a good step in the right direction for export and import. Can you name some of the countries?
Sir, I think, to my knowledge, I think, sir, UAE has opted for it, sir. Sir, Russia recently has decided to take rupee instead of oil. Sir, apart from that, sir, Nepal already, I think, accepts rupee.
Bhutan.
Yes, sir, Bhutan also accepts
Okay,
Indian rupee, sir. So
good.
these are the countries which I can.
Mauritius.
Mauritius, yes, sir.
Okay. Sri Lanka. We have swapped with Sri Lanka recently.
Yes, sir.
Money was
Currency
swapped
swap
between
agreement.
the two countries. We swapped
Yes, sir.
money with the Sri Lanka. Okay. What will be the benefit if more countries join in trade in Indian rupees?
Sir, the primary benefit we will get when most of the countries accept Indian rupee for transaction is that the dependence of Indian economy on dollar will become less, and consequently, with the dependence getting less, we will have lesser risk of exchange rate volatility, sir. The volatility risk which arises when the capital either when the capital flows out of the country, sir, so that will be less. And sir, the economy will expand. It will be easier for businessmen to get loans, repay loans as well, sir. Sir, this will help in the betterment of the economy in general as well, sir. Increase export import as well.
Recently, in the Ukraine-Russia conflict, we brought oil from the Russia. Initially, we made payment in the Indian rupee, but now Russia has stopped taking that Indian rupee. They say no, we have already surplus of Indian rupee, and the still negotiations are going on. But it is a question mark whether Indian rupee will be accepted or not, because now they are
Sir,
demanding money in Chinese currency.
sir, sir.
So, what kind of contingencies can be difficult situation can arise in future?
Sir, sir, since we have bought a lot of oil recently only from Russia and we are trading in rupee, we are giving them a lot of rupee. But the situation is that Russia does not have a lot of items to buy from India so that they can spend that rupee on, which is the advantage when there's trade in local currency, and that is why they're demanding that give us some Chinese currency which we can use because they buy a lot of items from China. So, sir, because of this, initially we had also tried to pay them in dirhams because they can use dirhams to convert them into dollars and then escape the sanctions, sir. So, sir, while trading in local currency is a welcome step, we should realize that we also have to increase the trade as well, sir, and not just deal in the local currency, and a balanced trade, so that the other party also has a lot to buy from us or enough to buy from us to use that money.
Okay, good. Now the government in power is talking of UCC, implementation of UCC. Even there are many advocates for UCC. So, what is the whole issue and should it be enacted?
Sir, UCC stands for Uniform Civil Code, and right since our independence, it was put in Article 44 of the TPSP. UCC stands for Uniform Civil Code, which means that the personal laws of the people of different religion, that is Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, or other religions, the personal laws related to inheritance, to marriage, to divorce, to adoption, etc., they should be they should be guided by a single set of laws so that we have equality among all the people of the country, sir. This is the basic principle, and principally it is a welcome step because we are a constitutional driven country, and equality and gender justice is in our ethos, sir. Sir, apart from that, a major issue that arises with the enactment of the UCC is the complexity of the issue and the sensitivity of the issue. The complexity arises because we have so many religions in India, and enacting one particular code overnight might carry the risk of not being accepted by the people. It is also sensitive because it deals with the personal laws and customs which find their origin in the religious practices, which is always a sensitive subject in India. Sir, having said that, we also have to deal with the issue of tribals, whether they will be coming into this fold or not, because they have their own separate culture and practices, sir. So these are the issues which need to be taken care of before implementing UCC, sir.
Okay. Where SSB is deployed in state of Bihar along with the border of Nepal.
Sir, along with the border of Nepal, SSB has three SHQs, sector headquarters in Bihar. It has sector headquarter in, I think, Patna, sir, Betia, and Muzaffarnagar. These three places it has SHQs, sir.
Okay. So they are covering basically three districts of Bihar.
Yes, sir. Basically that much, sir. They have their sector headquarters, so they're covering one sector.
As per map, I am talking as per map. You refer to the map of Bihar
Yes, sir.
and now
Yes,
compare
sir.
which districts are adjoining the Nepal border.
Sir, the districts joining the Nepal border would be Western Champaran, Eastern Champaran, Sitamarhi, uh, sir, Motihari, Betia Motihari. This is the region, sir. Sir, these are the name of the district that I can remember as of now, sir.
Okay. So considering the deployment of SSB in state of Bihar, which is quite sufficient, your first choice should have been SSB. Why you have given first choice to CRPF?
Sir, in the beginning, sir, I have told you that my three generations of my family have been in the armed forces, sir. And right since my childhood, the kind of life I've seen, I find that CRPF and BSF, they resemble it the most in terms of pan-India responsibilities, sir, in terms of counter-insurgency, counter-terrorism, and sir, the other different roles that these two forces have, sir. So that I have put them above the rest, sir.
Okay. You have spoken counterinsurgency. What is counterinsurgency? Can you define it?
Yes, sir. Sir, insurgency in general means that a particular group of people in a region, they have become a little rebellious and that they want to overthrow the government through the use of arms. So
Okay.
that is insurgency, sir. They might have different demands. Some have religious demands, some might have political demands, etc. And sir, and in order to thwart those attempts, because force has to be driven by force as well, sir, we have counterinsurgency measures that are taken by the forces, sir.
Okay, this is one step. This is part one story because
Sir,
we deploy troops and we make either insurgents run away, get killed, or leave the ground. Number one.
sir,
But what about the second part? How to win the heart and mind of the local population, which was affected with this insurgency, and they were also sporting, although tacitly.
sir, sir. In order to understand what to do, so as to win the hearts, we have to understand what exactly is the reason behind that counterinsurgency. Sir, as I said, it could be religious or political. It might be because of lack of development. It might be because of lack of education. So, sir, because of lack of connectivity. So, as a nation, sir, we should help in providing them these basic needs so that they are integrated into the mainstream of the society through various measures, sir. We can build roads, bridges, help them in education, give them competitive coaching, have health camps organized for them, have business opportunities built for them, so that when they get economically in the mainstream, they automatically shun the insurgency. They do not support the insurgents. And sir, for the rest of the people who do not follow this, or who are not satisfied with this as well, we can have use of force, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay. India is a populated country, and now the population has crossed to more than 150 crore. So this is rather an impediment in the development of the country. But we keep on discussing with the newspaper and TVs that it is an asset. So there is a paradox. Can you comment?
Yes, sir. Sir, we are the most populous country in the world, and it is both. It can both be an asset and a liability. The difference lies in how we increase their capability so that they can contribute to the development of the country. In order to make the youth, sir, the median age of India is 25 years of age, which is a very productive age. And in order to make them capable so that they can contribute to the economy, we should invest in quality education, in inclusion of all. We should invest in increasing the health care standards of India. We should increase the infrastructure, health spending, decrease the mortality rate, sir, so that the productivity of the youth is increased. We can skill them, reskill them, upskill them, so sir, they can contribute more to the economy. And sir, that is how it will be an asset. And sir, I think the demographic dividend is an opportunity for us. It is for us how we utilize them, sir.
Okay, good, good. How many Vande Bharat trains are running as on date?
Sir, I'm not aware about the exact number, sir.
Almost
There are
23,
many, sir.
23 Vande
Oh,
Bharat
sir.
trains. And how
Yes,
much
sir.
promise has been given by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi that we'll make how many Vande Bharats?
Sir, I think in a recent event, he said, I think 400 Vande Bharat trains by some time, after some years, sir.
Okay, okay. I think it is 100 only, not 400, 100.
Yes, sir.
What is the average speed of Vande Bharat?
So I think the average speed of Vande Bharat is, I think, 160 kilometers, sir. Perhaps, I'm not sure, sir.
Okay. It is 160, 150 to 160 kilometer. But so far we are not able to maintain that speed. So average
Sir,
speed is coming less than that. We are
sir,
average speed is coming to 70 kilometer per hour.
sir.
Okay. So Vande Bharat coaches are built where? Where they are building these coaches and where the train project is coming from?
Sir, I'll have to read more on this, sir.
Okay, do read because it is also one of the important development which has taken place. Besides
Yes,
that,
sir,
there was
definitely.
asset monetization by the railways. What do you understand by that?
Sir, can you repeat?
Asset monetization by the railways. Ministry of Railway went for
Yes, sir.
asset monetization and they have introduced
Sir,
few steps. What is that?
sir, asset monetization largely means that the asset that the railway owns, it can let others, private players, use those assets, and then it can get money from them. For example, sir, it can let Reliance Industries or other such private players use its own tracks so that they can have their own trains run on it, and they can give give it money in return of it, sir. And sir, this is what is largely asset monetization. Sir, I'm not aware about the exact two steps that have been taken, sir.
Okay. Which cities in Bihar are coming under the smart city project?
Uh, there are four cities have been included in Bihar in the smart cities project. One is Patna, second is Muzaffarpur, sir. Third is Darbhanga, and sir, fourth I do not remember as of now, sir.
Okay. What all activities are being done for development of smart city?
Sir, smart city, sir, as a concept means that the the municipal facilities that are provided to the people in terms of waste collection, uh, in terms of water pipeline, etc. These become smart. That these become citizen centric. They have more control over all of these, sir, and they are done in a manner that which increases the standard of living of the city, sir. So, sir, in Patna particularly, the waste management system, the waste collection, its segregation, the interface with technology, where they track the vehicles with the GPS, the customers get the phones, the get the messages. The electricity department has also taken steps, sir, in the form of smart metering, sir. And sir, so these are the steps that have been taken by Patna, sir.
Okay, good. We'll stop the interview here. Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. Jai Hind, sir.